is indeed a pleasure to be invited to the opening of this first and annual Tropical Agricultural Conference. There is a myriad of issues affecting how we live and how we produce our food. These range from environmental concerns, sustainability of production, soil degradation, marketing challenges, and those are just to mention a few.
The purpose of Regeneration International is to connect and showcase best practices. We work at an international level and we work at a local level. Those two levels have to feed each other and coexist.
As long as we understand, as farmers, we don't produce anything. Nature does. And the way nature does it is by taking unedible energy and transforming it through biological processes into edible energy on the other side. Whether you call that cattle, eggs, or chickens, it doesn't matter to nature. It's the end result of an energy transformation process, and that process has been perfected over billions of years. When we start messing with it, all we are doing is turning that efficient energy transformation into a lesser way of managing energy. Regenerative agriculture is a way of thinking and a way of doing things. And we will get better returns economically, ecologically, we'll restore the landscape, and socially we'll be healthier.
It's very hopeful that this conversation's moving as fast as it is. The question that we're talking about is how do we move it? How do we organize this? And that goes back to the work it's about building conversations with farmers that are productive and that allow us at the end of a process of working together to see some concrete, tangible changes in practice. So my question for the conference is, good, we know the techniques, we know the practices, they're clear, we see their effect on the soil. What's our strategy? Who's going to lead it, right? Do we need to train more leaders around these ideas and so on? These are the questions I have. What is our clear strategy in moving it? And I think that's a challenge for Belize to answer and for the whole world. So.
It is clear that a lot of people have been doing a lot. We just need to see how we can network them and how we can spread the good word, spread the message. There's a lot happening in Belize. We don't necessarily need the government to keep pushing everything. We as private citizens, as farmers, as non-government organizations, there's a lot we can do on our own. It is very important to acknowledge all the farmers that are transitioning to organic during the transition.
I've lived in Belize now for 41 years. My wife and I own an ecological, we have an organic farm there, which we are feeding probably 45% of our vegetable production, is coming off the farm for our guests. What are our tourists going to eat? And what do they always ask for? They always ask for local ingredients. So we've got all sorts of different things which they never get to, probably don't get to eat in their own countries. If we can produce this down here, then if we have 250 or 300,000 tourists coming in during the course of a year, that's 200,000 or 300,000 people. It's almost, not quite, but almost doubling the population of people you have to feed. The other side of the thing is that people have to make money out of farming. And we're going to bring that all in from somewhere else. Why don't we produce it here? To me, it's a no-brainer. It's just a question of getting there. How do we do it? So to be able to have experts from around the world and people in country able to share that knowledge, to me, is really a step forward, a big step forward.
Belize, different from other countries because of its size, and as you know, it still holds 70% of the total landscape is still forest. And it gives it a very strong global competitive advantage if appropriately utilized going forward. The rainforest of Guatemala, it's already down to 2% of the total original forest. So the only way for Belize to make its industry the best in the world, the one that shines and sets an example for future generations and puts Belize in the global map, is through regenerative design and regenerative thinking.
Agriculture becomes more difficult and more difficult as it is being replaced by the concept that tourism is one of the pillars of our economy. And I continue to maintain that there will be no tourism if we don't have food for people to eat. We must be careful that the drive for profit does not undermine the fundamental issue of preserving healthy lives. This will only be achieved, however, if we pool our resources and develop a coherent, concentrated effort to achieve it. This initiative by Regeneration Belize is timely and useful.
Taking all the people with all the knowledge, putting them in one place and say share. And you can't ask for more than that. The cumulative information that is in this conference is priceless. I very much hope there will be more of this every year, and we'll just keep on growing, and more people will come and listen and learn from those who know, and then pass it on later on themselves.
I did farming about 25, 30 years, and I'm extremely happy that I decided to come to this forum. Farmers are teachers, so we have anybody we're doing kind of farming. For make the farm continue, you have to teach a child, a friend, share the seeds that they produce and share the knowledge, and that's the way for make humanity survive.
I come from a small community of a population of 400 people, and most of them speak Kekchi. It's a great privilege for me to be here today. I acknowledge and learn a lot from this workshop and gaining some experience. So what I learn, I take it back and contribute to our community.
When people see that if I do something this way that it actually works, that's what kind of drives change, isn't it? I mean, they're wondering why in the hell am I bringing all the leaf back and the grass back from the lodge and composting. They think, easier to burn it. Now, years later, they're beginning to understand that they can see that it's better, the crops are growing better, it's easier to weed, the quality of the soil's better, the size of the cabbages are bigger, and they are now taking that back to their own little farms in San Antonio, and they're actually changing the way that they're doing things. So, to me, if we can spread that knowledge to more people and for them to realize that this can work and does work, that's going to be some great progress.
For us humans to survive on this planet, we need to organize. We need for put ourselves correct and understand to make ourselves, our food safe, both quantity and quality.
We have to look to start getting into this and grow organic fruits and vegetables. This is the future, This is sustainable and it's healthy.
It's not for us, it's our kids, for our grandkids. It's something that, you just have to pass on, and that's your duty.
I congratulate all the presenters and the participants who will over the next few days share their experiences and expertise in this collective effort to ensure that here in this beautiful jewel of ours, we meet and surpass the sustainable development goal of ensuring everyone has access to healthy, nutritious food. Thank you all. God bless.